We're here at PW Athletic Club in Westchester, Pennsylvania for the 300 Challenge. It's a test of strength, agility, and endurance. We've got 11 people who will do 300 reps and the best time wins. Will they finish strong or throw in the towel?
I work out probably 5 days a week. Sometimes on the off it's 4, or if I'm feeling it, 6 days a week. It depends. I do, it's like a Russian type of style working out with kettlebells. It's an iron ball and it has a handle, and it's more of a cardio, endurance, and strength training. I do run and I also lift weights.
What do you think is going to be the hardest of all the exercises?
When I went through it the first time, I had problems with the box jump because I have problems like breathing. So that was my thing. But I think I'll be all right.
Tell me about your desire to do this competition for you. Is this a new challenge?
It is, and being in the business for almost 20 years, you get bored and you want to stay fresh and stay on top of topics, really. And I had heard about the 300, and really I had introduced it to the manager at my gym, and he's the one who got the invitation and then asked me if I'd be interested in trying this competition.
You are fit. You work out on a regular basis. How many days a week?
Pretty much every day. I'll take a day off. I play competitive women's soccer, so I do a variety of activities.
So tell me, what do you think is going to be the hardest in today's competition for you?
For me, it's the box jumps, I think. That, I can't do all 50 in a row, so I have to take breaks, and I force the breaks so that I have enough left for the remainder of the exercises.
What was the hardest?
Everything.
You rocked it.
The push-ups was the easiest part, that's all I can say.
Was there a point when you mentally you're saying, I have to get through this?
I just stayed in the moment, stayed in the exercise, and just followed my plan.
What was your plan?
I had breaks when I was going to take them, just get inside my head and just push.
Your form was amazing. Do you think that was why you could finish so strong?
100%,
and fast?
100%.
You didn't have to start over at all?
Nope.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
And you look great. You must do a lot of working out.
Been teaching classes for 20 years. Been in the fitness business for 20 years.
And what kind of classes do you teach?
Kickboxing, body pump, step classes.
So all over body workout. You don't want to have your body get bored doing anything, so to speak.
No, I do a variety of workouts, yeah.
So is this like a new challenge for you, I guess, doing this competition?
Yeah, it is. I had done a deadlift competition a few years ago, and a friend of mine pushed me into doing this.
What's going to be hard for you today?
I think just getting, I think that first pull down, and then that's it. I'm pretty much kind of person where once you get started, then that's it. I just go until it's time to stop.
What was the hardest?
Yep.
What was the hardest?
Yep. All of it.
All of it? At what point were you like, I'm not going to make it? It looked like you struggled right here with the...
Yeah, at the end, the clean and presses were tough. At the end, the floor wipes are tough because it's so long. But I knew I'd make it through. Just wanted to know if I could do it quickly.
Do you work out a lot?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I kind of do a cycle thing, like I get bored with it for a while and I get lazy. And then I realize that my clothes don't fit, so then I work out harder again.
All
So
right. This woman's real. She's keeping it real.
It's definitely a priority of mine to be healthy and everything, but at the same time, reality is it is what it is.
So
but,
are you a little nervous because of that? Maybe some weeks you've slacked off a little bit?
Oh yeah, I totally slacked off for like the last month.
What's going to be hard for you today?
Trying not to laugh while I'm doing it. Getting through it. My hands always slip on the pull downs. That's a tough one. So I think it's an interesting workout. It's tough to begin with, but I'll be fine. For me, I'm the opposite. Everyone else, they're smaller. They move real fast, but for me, because I'm so much bigger than them, the weight's really easy for me. So it's sort of that counterbalance, which is what the workout was made for.
So how was it?
Hard. Yeah, I was kind of tired. I'm not used to this Saturday morning thing either.
Yeah.
So
You'll still be waking up right about now, right?
yeah, pretty much.
What was hardest for you, though?
Actually, I just found I was kind of tired. So just getting through it in general.
But you made it through.
I did, barely. Yeah, I think I did better on the prelims, but it was good. I got through it. I pushed myself.
I was a college athlete. I played lacrosse at Westchester, so this was kind of something that got me back into a competition because it's been a couple years. So I was really excited to train for something again.
Okay, I'm a former athlete, and I have to say, does the competition element of this push you? Do you think you achieve a higher level athletically because of that?
I do. It gives me a goal to work towards. Prior to this competition, I was just, going for a jog here and there. It might feel like lifting, so this gave me something to work towards and something to increase my goals. So I'm really excited about it.
What's going to be hard for you today?
I think the weight, actually. I've always trained with weights, but it's 60% of your body weight's a lot to lift. And then I think the endurance aspect of it, as far as running and stuff like that, it really brings it into it. So you get a little bit of both. So I'm excited. Thank you very much. Yeah.
What was the hardest part?
Floor wipers.
They're killer.
I cannot do that for the life of me. That by far takes all my energy. So the second half of it is just 10 times harder.
You were telling me that some of the women had poor form, and that actually affected them in the competition. Explain, like the first woman today. Explain.
Right. Well, there was a few problems. One of the problems was there's a difference between the clean press and the snatch. Some of the women were touching the ground and going straight up without breaking. That's a snatch, so we took points off, and we gave warnings for that. And then anything after that, we were adding time onto their score to make it more fair for everyone else.
You didn't make them start over.
No. It's supposed to be breaking here, pushing up, extending the elbow, coming down. But some of the women were going straight up. When they get tired, that's what happens.
Now, one way to make it better is to use your legs. That helps,
yeah,
right?
Of course, yeah. And that was another one of the problems with Danny, who just went. She wasn't bending down far enough. She was coming about an inch from the ground, and we kept warning her, you got to touch the ground, got to touch the ground, got to touch the ground. She had to have points or time added onto her score because of that. So. Any
other problems that you saw with some of the other?
There was one with the floor wipers. You're supposed to keep your feet together and touch both sides of the bar. The feet were kind of coming apart, and also they were bending too much, making it a little easier, and like kicking at it instead of using your whole core to bring your legs up.
I noticed, like with the hand placement too, if they weren't, some of them had their hands not placed evenly, right. That could affect.
That was the other thing I was going to bring up. On the bar, we were supposed to have the women on the outside of the bend in the bar. Danny, who went last, was on the inside, so we had to add some time on for that as well.
Overall, in terms of the performance of the women, I mean, everyone finished.
Oh yeah, we're more than happy with everyone. Everyone pushed themselves and finished, and we can't be any happier with that.
Very good. And tell me a little bit about your workout. Like, what do you normally do during the week? What's your fitness level?
Normally 4 days a week. I do regular routine, and then I do a 300. Been for the past 4 months doing 300 practice for this. And
but not for time, right? Or for
well,
time?
For time, yeah.
Oh, okay, you've been training for this.
Yeah.
Good.
And cardio, I try to incorporate, box jumps, running steps, suicides, just to simulate it.
What kicks your butt when you do this?
The cleans. I die. So hopefully I don't
all
die.
All over body workout?
I get there, and I just zonk out. I'm hoping to break through that today. So.
Is this good training for your job?
Oh, this is great. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. Great full body workout, cardio and everything. Great. All police departments should do this. It should be a prerequisite for the job.
Right, because sometimes you see police officers that aren't in the best shape.
Out of shape, yeah.
Okay.
So.
Hey, maybe you can recruit some guys from the force, huh?
Oh, I already have, but they're just not in this competition.
Okay.
I already got guys in other townships doing it, and they love it.
What was the hardest?
I told you in the beginning. Cleans.
They killed you.
I told you every time. Cleans are my downfall.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
I do different things. I like to do weightlifting, bodybuilding. I did a triathlon last summer, so I like to just mix it up, and I just enjoy exercising. So
being a nurse, you have to lift patients, you have to have strength. Do you find that working out helps you on the job?
yeah, definitely. Not just for like what you were saying with the lifting patients, but also it gives you a good idea of how to like body mechanics, proper body mechanics. Because sometimes you'll see people just lift people like with their back and they throw it out, and there's always nurses running around saying, "Oh, I pulled a muscle" and all that. So it's not only is it good for strength, but it's also good to get an idea of how to use the muscles properly so you don't injure yourself. Before I started training for this, I was doing a weightlifting competition, so it was a 10-week program. I was in 4 days a week. But then when this came up, I did, I believe, 4 to 5 days a week, depending on how lazy I was. And I would just run through the exercises, but I would try to up the weight if I could, because my biggest concern is my weight. I think I weigh the least amount out of all the guys competing. So.
But that might be an advantage because there's less of you to move around, right?
Yeah, it's true. But at the same time, it might be easier for them to lift some of the weight, though, too. So I tried to get used to lifting the weight and going a little bit heavier.
What's your, you mentioned your fear. I mean, what's going to be your weakness in this competition?
I'm worried about everything. I just, each exercise that I do, I just want to try and do the best. I think each one is difficult in its own right. So I don't know if there's a harder one because they're all pretty hard. So.
All right, well, good luck, Tim. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care.
I'm an assistant manager at Vlant Fitness at a fitness club.
Okay. And you work out most of the time, I would say.
I try.
How many days a week? Come on, be honest.
4.
Okay, that's good. That's pretty good. And your Marine background, I'm sure you're going to be tough. What are you nervous about today?
Nothing.
All right, be honest.
I'm having a good night, so I'm not worried about much. If I throw up, I pass out, whatever, get it over with, and we'll move on.
Yeah, very good. Spoken like a true Marine. Do you find a lot of time to get to the gym?
It's tough sometimes, it's just I swim and I bike also, so try to kind of mix it up between, that type of thing.
Is this a new challenge, this whole 300? Is this a new thing for you?
Yeah, it is. It's tough. It's really tough. So, watching the women, it was, really, really nothing to look forward to, as a matter of fact. Yes, very humbling, absolutely, very humbling. But it was something that was, interesting to do, and so I figured to give it a shot, and we're doing it.
Very good. What are you anxious about, nervous about in the competition?
You mean which event?
Yeah, which
Besides
part
all
of the competition? Right, like the wipers or...
Nah, the wipers aren't a problem. The jumps are tough, and I'm not that tall, so it seems like we have further to go, to jump up on the bench, and the whatever these are, the push-ups at the very end stuff. It's pretty tough. It's really tough. So, but I get through it. I have my music on, so I should be okay.
Yeah. So you work out how much?
4 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week.
And what do you do?
Mainly circuit training, boxing, some mixed martial arts. Train like a fighter as opposed to like a football player. So it's a different type of training for me that I'm doing now. Brian put me on this regiment.
Is this is conducive to that kind of training regime?
It is. It is. It's all new to me. Like I said, growing up, I was used to doing more weight, lower reps. This is different. It's more like cardiovascular, anaerobic type of exercise where you're incorporating weight, as well as cardio. So it's a challenge for me. It's brutal.
It is brutal.
Yeah.
What which muscle group do you think is utilized the most, or is it just all over?
I think afterwards, your lower back, your back is, for me anyway, that's the part that's the most utilized.
And what do you think is going to be the toughest? You've obviously trained doing the 300. What's going to be the hardest?
Probably the floor wipers. The ab work will probably be the toughest for me.
Me too.
Yeah. That'll be the toughest.
Good luck.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. You're welcome. How often do you work out? How many times a week?
Probably 3 or 4 days a week.
And what do you do normally?
We've been doing similar, like circuit training, similar to this over the last couple months. So
You've done the 300 before?
we've practiced it a couple times, yeah.
And how'd you fare?
It's all right, I guess. I mean, I felt exhausted afterwards, but it's good.
And what are you, since you've done it before, what's the hardest for you, or what are you the most anxious about today?
Oh, it has to be the clean and presses at the end. I mean, it's probably the most difficult exercise, plus it's the placement of it at the end makes it that much more difficult, so definitely that.
Very good. What was the hardest part?
Yeah, clean and presses. I usually did really good on them. Today was not my day for it.
Yeah?
It's just I don't know what came over me. Shoulders are very tired, my legs.
You didn't puke though?
No, I usually don't puke, no. I'm good with that.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
What was the hard part?
I drank too much shit before I got here. I ran out. All my muscles were too tense. Cramped up. And that was pretty much it.
Nice job. Thank you. Okay, what was the hard part with all of this?
All of it?
The pull-ups looked hard.
They were hard, yeah. I was really tired after doing the floor sweeps. The jumps were hard too, so, but glad it's over.
Good test of your physical capacity.
Absolutely.
What was the hard part?
I just didn't have my wind. I could feel a little tight in warm-ups. Maybe the nerves got to me a little bit.
You had to wait. That was hard waiting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all hard. I mean, like I said, I just couldn't get my wind. And, just couldn't get in a rhythm.
Once you lose it, it's tough.
Yeah, once you lose it, it's tough, exactly. So, thank you. Thanks.
And the winner, Tim Ramone, 15 minutes, 56 seconds. Sweet, man. That's a plaque. Probably want that a little bit more than a plaque. Congratulations,
Thank you, man.
In the end, everybody finished. May not have been fast, but hey, it was fun. Are you ready for the 300 challenge?